right. Welcome back, episode 2. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Stay Classy, Medford, episode 2. Welcome. We have a visual now.
Yeah,
Look at that. Look at us. We're just chilling, drinking the Dutch.
that's right.
Uh,
It's a little harder for me, but
episode 2, just like episode 1, is brought to you by Schlesinger and de Villeneuve Attorneys. If
That's
you need
right.
some help defending yourself in a court of law, hit them up. They will take care of you. And Mendoza's Towing. Yeah,
that's right. 24-hour service, friendly. If you need them, just call them.
Yeah.
That easy.
And you got to support local business. Always support local. Let's not call the big guys to come and tow you. Let's get
Right.
Mendoza's out there.
That's right. Well, cool. What do we have on the agenda for today, brother?
Yeah. Well, I am your host, comedian Nick Linear. This is What the Frank, my
That's right.
illustrious co-host. So coming up, I have a show I'm opening for Rodney Norman. You may have seen him on TikTok, Instagram, all over the internet, really. A grizzled old man with a long beard who gives life advice. I will be opening for him August 24th at Rockefeller in the mall, so get your tickets.
Nice.
The tickets are live online now.
Now, that's a really cool, the Rockefeller, just because it actually takes place inside of the mall after hours.
Yeah, they have a back entrance that they are allowed to let people in to do shows, and the mall is closed, so you might see like security walking by outside of the place while we're performing.
That's nice.
They know we're there, luckily.
Nice.
We didn't have to break in the spot, so that was good.
Nice.
But yeah, Rodney Norman will be here, so get your tickets. They are going fast. And I know comics say that, but they really are. They're going fast.
Well, what do we have on the fire minute for today? Let's get people some fire.
Oh, the fire minute. Okay, well, we have a fire, the closest proximity fire to us, because our firefighters are doing a great job here in Southern Oregon, just keeping all the flames at bay. But we have the Dixon Tiller Trail Fire in Tiller area, and it's 1,833 acres and 0% containment. So,
wow.
Godspeed to those firefighters headed out to fight that blaze.
Yeah.
We have crews showing up as of yesterday to help assist local firefighters.
A lot of CAL FIRE, a lot of just out-of-state agencies coming through and just helping out.
Oh, yeah. And then we have the Park Fire. That's still a big old fire, 429,259 acres as of today, and 38% containment. So
wow.
And that was the one that was started by a car fire, and is really unfortunate and affecting a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean that dude's definitely in prison.
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
Well, try to collect that insurance money.
Yep. Now Bubba's gonna have some fun with you. Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah.
That has been the fire minute. It's great that the firefighters are doing such a good job here in Southern Oregon. This is the first season that everybody around us is kind of doing worse than us. And Eastern Oregon especially, there are hundreds of thousands of acres on fire in Eastern Oregon right now, and more continuing to pop up everywhere. So,
don't throw your cigarette butts out. How about that?
I saw some. I was driving back from a show the other night in Grants Pass, and someone flicked their cigarette out the window right in front of me on I-5.
Jesus.
And so I made sure that I got their license plate and the type of car and all that in case there was a fire. I would report your ass, dude.
Absolutely, especially if it's around the same area.
Yeah. If that fire popped up, I know exactly who did that shit. Yeah. And just don't do it. It's so
it's
stupid.
Not worth it.
So stupid. Keep something with liquid in your car to ash in. Put your shit out in that, you know?
Absolutely. Most cars have, cigarette ashtrays to some degree, so just put it in there.
And we'll revisit this continuing issue every freaking week until you guys get it through your skulls, all right?
God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, Papa's here, all right?
Yeah. But another unfortunate news here in Central Point, there was a pedestrian that was killed by a car 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And tragic.
Yeah, tragic. We don't know how it happened. We know that there were no criminal charges, so it was an accident. And, prayers to the family. And,
absolutely.
Very unfortunate news. In other news here in Medford, oh man, we try to keep it classy here, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And we have these electric scooters rolling around. Everybody's got them. I
Yep.
mean, there are these kids in my neighborhood who have them, and they were putting 5-gallon buckets on it and using them as seats. And
Oh my god.
you know, like so everybody's got these things these days. And uh, where was I? Anyway, so there was a guy on a scooter here in Medford that decided to pull up and try to rob somebody on an electric scooter with a fake gun.
Oh my
All right.
god.
I'm gonna go ahead
Classy.
and read a couple of comments from. There was a post that said MPD responding to 3100 block Springbrook for an armed robbery. Male brandished a fake gun and left the location northbound Springbrook on a electric scooter.
Wow.
So I screenshotted some of the comments because I found some of them to be good. So seriously, is this now Gotham City? Jeez. Someone replied to that comment and said, "Kind of feels like it. I had some dude urinating in my yard this morning."
It was the Joker.
It was. Long night of drinking. Was it a dirt gun or a squirt gun? I'm sure he just got lost coming home from the playground.
Oh my god.
What do we got? Couldn't find a better getaway vehicle. And then someone posted the world's dumbest criminals logo.
Wow.
Armed robbery on a scooter. LMFAO. Wow. Unarmed robbery on a scooter. What do we got? Some of these are keep us updated. Prayer hands.
Keep us updated.
Isn't using a fake gun just as much as a felony as using a real gun? Why, yes, it is.
Yeah.
You will still get an armed robbery charge, whether the gun can shoot or not. You pointed a gun at somebody and they were in fear for their life.
Brandishing a weapon.
Yeah, don't do that. That is bad.
Don't.
Yeah. Wow, that one was dark.
Oh no.
Tweakers. It's safe to assume.
Yeah, definitely.
So stupid to flash a gun. That's how you get popped with a real one. And that is true. Also, don't do that.
The amount of people that have concealed carry licenses in Southern Oregon is very high.
Yeah.
So the probability of somebody pulling a gun out and shooting you and it being a lawful self-defense case,
right,
it's a very high probability.
Yeah. And
so just don't do it.
So we've been having a lot of power outages here in Southern Oregon.
Oh, yes, we have. And people are pissed. People are messaging me. They're like, hey, what the fuck is up with this power?
They're like, what the fuck is going on?
What was the thing you came up with?
It's fix your grid, son.
Fix your grid, son. If we can get
all right,
that.
Pacific Power.
Yeah. If you guys want to get this hashtag trending so we can get Pacific Power to just do their job and maintain the pole so it doesn't start fires and shit.
Hashtag fix your grid, son. All right?
Fix your grid.
They need to do something because it's hot. People are losing hundreds of dollars in food.
I've had people tell me that they've had to replace 2 full fridges of food in a week.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
And that's hard for a family to do in this climate, you know?
The price of food right now, I mean, it's gone up, 25, 50% in some places?
It's hard.
Crazy.
It's hard, you know? And I'm a chef, so, like, I shop every week, so I see these prices go up and down, but it's not. Yeah. It's not affordable right now. It's not, So, one more time, fix your grid, son.
Yeah,
all right.
Fix your grid.
And the Southern Oregon citizens will agree with me on this.
Yes. Now, we got some stories that we didn't read last time.
We got some stories.
I got one from Chipotle.
Oh, snap.
Chipotle Way. Do you remember that South Park episode, Chipotle Way? Yeah. I love that episode. Well, this is kind of a crazy lady Chipotle story. So here we go. I was working the night shift as a cashier, and my fellow crew members are helping a customer down the food line. I can't help but overhear she wants a lot of sour cream, like a comical amount. Like she wanted a fucking bowl of sour cream. It seemed like, right? Now, Chipotle already does give a decent amount of sour cream, but people, do want that. So the manager wanted to charge her $1.25 for how much she wanted, and she freaked out. She ended up paying for it, and as she's leaving, she grabs a whole burrito bowl and just smashes it on like a table and just smears it and just walks out. No. And it's like, what the fuck?
Oh,
and they had just gotten done cleaning for the night, and it's just like, oh, you bitch.
As someone who's worked in restaurants for most of my adult life.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude.
That shit pisses me off. But, like, I mean, I get extra sour cream on my Chipotle order because, like, it makes it edible.
And, I mean, I guess they've cut down the portions on the chicken. Yeah. That's, like, a huge meme now.
Yeah, I don't... and I also get extra protein because they do. They give you like a half a scoop. They're like, okay, that's good enough, right? I'm like, hell no,
4 grams of protein, lady.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, it's affected people all around. These food prices, but especially that lady who's just very mad about her sour cream.
Fix your sour cream, Chipotle.
Yeah, that's right. Hashtag it.
But no.
Yeah.
Last episode, I asked you how you were just getting ready to do a comedy show, and I don't know if I already asked you about that, but how did that go?
Oh, it was great. It was a sold-out show at the Camelot Theater, and then I had 3 great shows at Wild River the following week. So, nice. Like, it's been a good run of comedy in Southern Oregon. You can always check me out at Slap Happy Comedy on Facebook, or just, follow me at Chef Nick Lanier on Instagram. Lots of updates on there. So you get out and laugh, people. Like, we really need a laugh.
And there's a lot of open mics, which means you can get out and be a comedian if you have the,
Yeah, and we need some we need some more comics just supporting these open mics. Yeah. Like, we have Thursday at Grape Street Bar and Grill, and then Sunday at Chadwick's. So,
nice.
Chadwick's, it's a great opportunity if you ever did want to do comedy to come by and try it in a real comedy club.
Yeah.
And that atmosphere is so different than doing it in a bar.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I do shows in bars with TVs on and people sitting at the bar facing the other way, and it's a little different. It's a little bit different when they're all, put in a room for comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I came up with a joke about the Bob Ross channel because they had the TV on while I was on stage.
Oh my God.
And the Bob Ross channel is on, and I'm like, the Bob Ross channel, and then I did a joke about it without even telling people that I was looking right at it.
Yeah.
And basically it goes, so I saw the Bob Ross channel that exists, and I saw Bob on there, and he's doing his thing, and it was, and then the next episode, his son Steve was on the channel. And his son Steve is carrying on the legacy of the luxurious hair and the beautiful paintings.
Yeah.
But what if he had like a black sheep son? Okay, like his name's Todd Ross.
Yeah.
And Todd, he also has the luxurious hair, but is draped over his left eye.
Oh no.
Good Charlotte plays in the background. Oh my God. He's like, I don't want to paint happy trees today, Dad. I want to paint sad trees. Sad middle of the winter trees. Are you proud, Dad? So I wrote that joke off the top of my head on stage because they had TVs on. But nice. Chadwick's is a real comedy club. Come through, check out the atmosphere. And Grape Street also does a great job of making sure there's nothing else distracting you from the comedy. So
nice. And I think I've listened to a lot of stand-up and just a lot of on Comedy Central. This is not happening. Like, there's a lot of great comedians that aren't necessarily joke tellers, but are great storytellers that are telling funny stories. And that's just like Joey Diaz. Like, he has jokes, sure, but his stories are mostly what he's known for. And holy shit, I'm always cracking up at his shit.
No, and just the way the guy talks, you can't help but laugh.
No,
let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Yeah. He just flies off the fucking handle.
And I mean,
can of corn, I'll be fine, can of corn.
No, I can't believe he used to live in Colorado, and he used to be a salesman out there.
Oh man, could you imagine Joey Coco Diaz coming in and trying to sell you something?
And that was during his big cocaine era. So
Oh
he was
man,
like
so
trying
he's
to sell you
extra.
cars. If you thought a car salesman was bad, a car salesman on cocaine is
Yeah.
worst.
Let me sell you something. Let me sell you something.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, there is comedy around. I love that we have built this thing to where there are opportunities to see it every week.
Yes, and that's so important.
Chadwick's always on Friday and Saturday, nationally touring comics, doing their thing on our little stage here in Medford.
Yeah.
We had Joe Hill last week, and I was upset that I missed it. I was hosting, but I wanted to go and see him. I have yet to see him live, but I hear great things.
Nice.
And then this week, I forget the comics that are coming this week, but Chadwick's never disappoints. They always have a quality lineup, so go check them out.
Cool.
And every once in a while, you might catch me hosting.
There you go.
When Carl's out of town doing his thing on the road. We can't keep Carl locked down to Southern Oregon. Come on, man.
So
the man's a national treasure.
Since we're talking about, comedy, what's the worst heckler you've ever had? I mean, you've been doing comedy for 4 years, right?
Yeah. Solid 4 years for sure. So there was one time I was doing a joke and I did the punchline, and an old lady about 75, 80 years old had her arms crossed. She stood up out of her seat and she goes, "You're nasty." And I said, "I got news for you, sweetheart. It's about to get a lot worse."
Holy shit.
And then I proceeded to hit the audience with an onslaught of my dirtiest jokes.
Nice.
And by the time I got off the stage, they hated me, but I was laughing my ass off. So it was a good night.
Man, that's gotta be
That's basically what happens when you like stop the show and make yourself the center of attention.
Yeah.
And the comic, they have the tools to take you down.
They have a microphone.
Yeah. And the knowledge and the ability to just straight up roast a motherfucker.
Dude. I've seen Steve Hofstetter, who's done shows in Ashland.
That's what he does.
Dude, he's known for just shutting down hecklers.
Yeah.
And there's this really funny one where he's talking about like kids or something, and some ladies, shit, my cat's running. She's talking about kids, and some lady's like, "You don't have kids, you don't know what it's like," and he's like, "Okay, well, here's the thing, lady, I'm not a helicopter pilot. But if I saw a helicopter in a tree, I could be like, they fucked up."
Yep.
Because you don't have to be a parent to know when something's wrong.
Yeah.
There might be some things you have more insight on, but other than that, it's like, come on.
Yeah, there were these kids running around Medford the other day, and like, I don't have kids, but I will offer my little opinion here. These 3 kids, probably 15 years old, middle of the night, running around, decide to kick in a local business's sign and cost $30,000 in damage.
Jeez.
That's when you got to reel them in a little bit, I think, huh?
I mean, that's when a business or whoever they do this to can sue the parents, and now the parents have to deal with
a
financial burden,
bill.
And it's like, oh, now we're gonna be homeless.
It's dumb, and they were caught on video.
Oh,
and
God.
There are cameras everywhere.
By now,
everywhere.
Yep.
Like you are not gonna get away with just kicking a fucking sign, kid. All right.
Especially a business. Businesses usually have cameras. So.
Yeah. And I'm letting a lot of fucks off today. It's okay. Right? We can handle it.
YouTube does allow that.
We're just gonna beep, 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 beep.
I still have to do my joke about the clown and all that stuff. But,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
It's not suitable. Well, it is, but
yeah, we've just been saying a bunch of shit today, like.
Well, we definitely want to, this is a mockumentary, and I think soon people are going to see what that is. And I think this episode, we might do a little skit before or after. It might play before or after, but, it's just like little short comedy skits for the podcast, and kind of like how those cold opens for some shows, before the show starts.
Yep.
I think that would be really cool to start doing stuff like that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I love doing skits, and I want to start filming a lot of them. Anytime. I'm always down to be funny.
I love it.
Yeah. So this has been episode 2 of Stay Classy Medford, and I want to thank my co-host and producer, What the Frank. I am your host, chef, and comedian, Nick Linear. I have a podcast coming out also called The Comedy Cookout, and It is me talking with comedians about food. Some of them don't know shit about it. Some of them know a lot about it, and we're all just doing different little segments to create a funny, good vibe for this podcast. So the Comedy Cookout podcast is coming out shortly. Our first guest is DJ Camouflage, a local comic, a semi-local comic. He lives around here, but he is a touring guy.
Nice. So very cool.
But DJ Camouflage, shout out to him. Episode 1 coming out shortly. And we will be back next week with more shenanigans.
That's right. I also am working on a podcast that I'll be just doing myself and just everything. It will be a more news-oriented for Southern Oregon. I know that on this podcast, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
But on that one, I'm going to be just mainly focusing on that. Oh, no.
What happened?
I have this little thing from The Office that has the stapler and it's in Jell-O.
Okay.
And it has like 50 quotes in it. And for some reason, my cat loves to grab it and push on it and just hear all the different quotes.
I was like, I heard Michael Scott.
Well, cool. Let's get some outro music.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Stay classy, Medford. And fix your grid, son.
Fix your grid, son.